Hello everyone, my name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium. I react to video game music for the first time as a musician myself. Today is the return of Crystar, and I just noticed the tear in the logo. I don't know if I never noticed that before or not. Either way, it's been a while. We have two songs for you from the channel Sakuzyo Official. We have Apathy and The Fact, requested by Camerson1313. Thank you. A couple of requests for this game from this requester, so more to come. And I don't remember much about Crystar when I heard it. I don't know how many times I've heard it. It's been at least once, maybe twice. The only thing I recall is that the music was kind of everywhere, as far as like maybe like a electronic and orchestral at the same time. Hopefully I'm not confusing with something else, but let's just get right into it. We have Apathy. Guessing this is just the official channel. Let's go. Oh, I should mention, by the way, speaking of the title, totally unrelated. I just want to see if this will affect my reaction at all, but I've never done this before. Not really, but I am extremely tired. My stomach hurts. My finger got caught in a door earlier, and it's just been kind of a bad day. So, not that I bring that here, but I want to see, how it affects the music. I'm also not going to talk too much. I just want to kind of get lost in it. Just thought I would share that. This is Apathy. Video game music makes everything better, doesn't it? Don't know what kind of emotion is being portrayed here. It's a little vague. Sounds empty. Not musically empty, just emotionally empty. Oh, there's only a minute left. Maybe empty wasn't the right word. It's like a void. There's like a space, and that feels empty. Maybe internal. A lot of these zipper buzzing sounds. This is nice. It's a nice melody. Goes up 2 times, 4 times. It's a long melody. A lot of reverb everywhere. During the next song, I'm going to look up what Crystar is, like what kind of game it is. I've never seen it, as far as I know. I don't think I have. Well, it was interesting because, like I said, today's been kind of like, it's been a day, to put it lightly. We all have those days, and not that I'm gonna rant about it or anything, but I 9 times out of 10 when I'm recording and I'm doing this, I'm pretty neutral. Like I'm kind of just chilling throughout the whole day. I kind of go in with like an open mind, open slate, clear slate, and just, take it in. And I thought about it. I'm like, do I want to film when I'm not like feeling my best? Is that an excuse? Or then I just kind of thought about it, like, I know this is going to sound weird because I'm saying this in a YouTube video, but I'm not really trying to impress anybody. Like you guys watch for whatever reason it is, but you watch me, I think at the end of the day, because I'm just being me. So yeah, it was kind of like a little experiment. I could have said just nothing, but I don't know. I've been spending like the past 3 years with you guys, so it's maybe you thought you'd be curious if I'm ever, because I think about this kind of stuff too. Like as a viewer, I'm a big time viewer on YouTube. I always wonder what the creator's like thinking right now. Not to get like parasocial with it, but but usually YouTubers put on their little like, comment, subscribe face. Anyways, the song. But the reason I brought that up is because it's funny hearing a song like this during that, because I was curious onto what my opinion of it was going to be. I was thinking in kind of like a left brain, right brain kind of thing, where I was thinking, okay, this is like my reaction to it, but also I wonder if it would be different if it was just a regular day. Odds are no, but I think something stuck out more because of, I'm not in a bad mood now, by the way, like I'm fine. It's just been a long day, but those zipper sounds, those are getting to me. And I'm not here to critique every instrument, every musical choice. I've composed stuff too. I know composers do stuff for a reason. There is a context there I don't know. So it's not like, you know what I mean? I don't think I have to explain things to you guys, really. I don't. I think that's like the best part of my audience, besides the fact that everyone's just kind of nice all the time and just talking about video game music, is I feel like I don't have to really like explain things. You guys aren't dumb. And I don't want to talk to you guys like you're dumb. And I think that's the problem with YouTube. I'm just like ranting today. But yeah, have you guys noticed like a lot of creators talk to you like you're stupid? So all I'm saying is, the song, of course I don't have context and I don't know what's going on. It's a very beautiful song. It's very open, airy, and reverbed. A lot of like Enigma type feels, like what's going on, which is normal around here, but this one felt very open and, like I said, kind of hollow, like a void and empty, right? And those weren't negative things. The only thing that was kind of annoying me was just a little only because I'm like sensitive to sound right now, I guess. But at the same time, that sensitivity really enhanced, because I'm a big fan of reverb, actually, in general, almost all instruments. There's a limit. If you don't know what reverb is, just kind of 2 ways you can think about it, but overall it means the size of the room. So if you were to, tap your phone in a little room, you would hear, and if you did it, in some kind of cathedral, it would be like, but you can, digitally add reverb, which most people do, to any instrument. A drum goes pa. If not, it's just pa. It's really dry, So I'm a big fan of reverb, to an extent. It's got to be used, it's got to be mastered perfectly depending on the room size and everything. So it adds a lot to the depth of the song, and I think it's one of the most important audio studio effects ever. It really can make a big difference. Anyways, I'm gonna move on to the next one. But you know what? I will say one more thing before I go. The song title feels appropriate for that song. Apathy. Look up what it means. The next one, twice as long, and this one's just called The Fact. You know, in a way, you know what, I just realized, I think that the requester sent me a message on what these songs may mean. Let me look that up. After. I think they did. But what I was going to say is, it's kind of, in a way, these song titles are kind of somewhat contradictory. In a way. But we'll see. We'll see what this fact is. I don't see a composer on these, by the way. Oh, wait. Sakuzyo. Oh, so it's this channel? They have 69,000 subscribers. Nice. Okay. This is The Fact. It kind of scared me a little bit. Yeah, it's definitely like this electronic kind of like computer style presence, digital. Some of it reminds me of like old Linkin Park, kind of. The effects, not the music. Oh, strings. I do like strings. Oh, this one sounds a little more orchestral. That's reversed. I haven't heard something reversed in a very long time. I'm kind of tempted to flip it so we can hear what that sounds like later. I have to remember, but I'll try it. This whole soundtrack so far sounds really like kind of like glitchy mechanical error. A little odd. Bold. It's very bold. Yeah, it doesn't stay somewhere too long. It just kind of moves on to the next. It's very unpredictable. I don't know why, but this part right here reminded me of Project Moon, like Library of Runa. There it goes, it changed again. In this short amount of time, it's felt very triumphant, sad, happy, serious, and scary. All within like 2 minutes. Ooh, clarinet. It's mixed very loud. Like the overall mix is really up there. This is a little cinematic now. Right now it feels like... Oh, it's gone already. It changes so much. It's a ride. I'm just like... I have no idea what's next. I'm not gonna lie. Well, I'll tell you more later, but... With the song title like this, I thought it was gonna be the complete opposite of this. It's cool. predictable. That's cool. There's a lot of effects, a lot of filters, envelope filters, mid sweeps, manipulating like bass and treble frequencies. Electronic percussion, real percussion, orchestral stuff. A lot of volume swells, violins. This is a very ambitious composer. This video is not doing the song justice. And I don't mean that in a bad way. Hearing this in a video game would be so, like, cool, you know? It would feel like such an adventure. Da-dum, da-dum. What? Ooh, that's sick. Please ride this beat for a little bit. Don't just make it go away immediately, please. Okay. We're hanging out on the beat for a little bit. It's like fading out. Okay. It'll change. And there's vocals. Of course, that's how it ends. What other way is there to end that? Oh, that was so strange. I feel like I heard 10 songs at once. I don't know if there was any repeating patterns or motifs in that whole song. I think it was completely linear. Correct me if I'm wrong. There's no way I'm going to be able to gather all that information in one shot, you know? I think you have to hear that song like at least 5 times to catch most of it. Okay, so by the way, I checked the message if there was any like context to these, and there wasn't. Actually, I didn't check the request though. I checked all the messages. The only thing I was told about this one is that it has a climactic feel. Let me see if there's anything on the request. I usually ignore that message. Sometimes people leave me like a message to go along with it, like some for context or something, and I usually just ignore it until afterwards or at my own personal time, because I don't want to be influenced, or I don't want to have something in my subconscious. You know what I mean? Not to be rude. I'm just I just try to go in as blind as possible. Oh, there is something. So for this one, it said, another incredible song from Crystar. This one is both triumphant and sad at the same time. It's much more than that. That was way more than that. What about the other one? Did Apathy have any? It says, for the first song, it was one of the sadder songs of the OST, of which there are many. Okay. Triumphant, huh? Did I say triumphant? I feel like I said something earlier. I said like 6 different adjectives. Whew, man. Well, either way, we already talked about Apathy, but damn, they were way different. This, to me, is just like it's a big conglomerate of stuff. I think the composer is someone who writes like this. To me, it strikes me as someone who's been creating music and sounds since they were a baby. You know, kind of like that musically inclined, like the parents knew they were going to be making noise, hitting pans and stuff like that, you know? It's just a guess, but it's possible because I feel like this composer has so much music in their head, so many ideas that they almost don't even know where to put them. And it's not like, oh, they don't get music theory or they don't know how to play some. There's no rules in music. The only thing you should really follow as a kind of general rule of thumb in music, if anything, I would say, whether you're self-taught or professional, you know, whatever the case may be, the only thing you should not do is use like, well, even that doesn't matter either. I was going to say like clashing notes, but sometimes, you know, that's a thing called dissonance and that works too. Basically just notes that sound really, really, really bad together, like, or out of tune, you know, that kind of thing. But of course, there's sometimes where that can sound cool. So ignore what I'm saying, really. But for the most part, as a musician fan myself, as a music fan myself, I like everything. You know, I think that's one of the, probably one of the biggest things that has kept me going on this channel for so long. Because I say this all the time, you know, people ask me, you know, how are you still doing this? One, it's video game music, so it's cool. You know, it's a cool thing in general. Two, music is my favorite thing ever. But also that I listen to everything, you know? And I always tell people, I'm like, imagine how limiting it would have been for me early on or any time if I was like, I'm a, you know, insert X title here listening to video game music. That to me, and this isn't anything towards people that do that. I am very much of the watch whatever you want crowd. You know, I watch stuff that's specific like that, not for VGM, but I watch other stuff that's like, you know, anything. Anyways, what I'm saying is like, you watch those for that professionalism, that opinion, whatever the case may be, right? I tell people I'm a musician. That's it. That's kind of like the extent, but I don't go like, you know, I'm a guitarist or I'm a metal player or I play, because I do so much more than that, you know? If I wanted to get technical, I'd be like, you know, for example, I played flamenco for like 15 years straight. I'm not, you know, I don't know what I'm getting at really, but what I'm trying to overall get at is I can accept in my ears all these sounds and try to decipher them, why they would do it, you know? You can tell this, I could tell this composer is extremely ambitious and probably has a bunch of music projects, a bunch of just thousands of songs like that they've created on their hard drive or something like that. And when it's time to make a song, I feel like just kind of pulls from different folders, you know? You know, for example, like let's start a song in D minor, pull up the D minor folder or the D folder, and then just kind of like go from there and like, oh, here's this recording from like 2021 and things like that is what I'm saying. Went on a little rant there, but I really do think that's like one of my biggest things is that I've always been like that, you know, and that's just, I guess, call it lucky or something, but I've always been open-minded with music, you know. It comes from all different avenues. My dad was like classic rock stuff, whatever. My mom listened to a lot of like traditional Mexican music. You know, I grew up with like underground rap and hip hop, and I had a huge like 90s metal phase, and then I started playing guitar, and then that opened up a bunch of stuff. Went into jazz, flamenco, blues. So it's just always been like a thing, you know, it takes a lot for me to just be like, oh, this is bad, you know? And there's stuff out there that exists that's like that. Don't get me wrong. I don't like everything. Far from that, actually. The biggest things, I don't know how this video is turning into about me, but last thing is the biggest things that I don't resonate with is just, what's the word I'm looking for here? let's just use country for example, right? A lot of people say that I like everything except country. I mean that too, but that's because I don't understand that lifestyle. I feel personally like country, you have to be kind of like born into that lifestyle or be around it, that kind of thing. I'm from California. Not to say that Californians don't like country, but I'm saying like I don't get it. I don't like. It's not my lifestyle. It's not my jam. And I've tried to get it, and I'm not talking like Johnny Cash style 70s country. Like that's just kind of cool. I'm talking like, you know what I mean. Anyways, whatever. Crystar. This song was all over the place. It was so many things, and it never stayed put. It sounded to me like kind of an abstract drawing, painting. I've used this analogy before, but it works sometimes. And, think of those kind of scenes where you would imagine a painter just kind of like passionately throwing paint on the canvas and then it becomes something. It's kind of what these songs feel like to me. Like a very freedom of expression and just trust in me, or like the developers trusted in the composer. Oh, and the last thing I'm gonna say, because I feel like I'm rambling. 99.9% of the songs on this channel obviously are better with context in the game, of course. In fact, I'm about to put out a video where I talk about context specifically. But sometimes some songs you can really tell that in game is probably so powerful and so cool. Not to say this can't stand out on its own, but as I'm hearing it, I'm like, what? What is happening? What is happening? But I'm just imagining, to the best of my abilities, whether that's a behind the back platformer, side scroller, puzzle, like whatever it is, I'm just trying to imagine like pixels moving around, right? Whatever it is. And then hearing this and that reaction, that would stop me in my tracks. I feel like a song like this would make me stop and really pay attention to what's happening and be like, oh, this is so cool. What is this? Whereas just hearing it blind, just through my ears, it's really cool and interesting, but I'm just so lost, Not a bad thing, just my reaction. Okay, I'm done talking now. I'm sorry that I went on to but hey, that's it's called, I think it's called therapy. Remember what I said earlier? My day was kind of, I think I just got all that out. So this YouTube channel is more than just video game music. It's therapy from me. Apparently. I'm gonna get out of here before I keep going. Thank you, Camerson, and I look forward to more of the requests. Crystar is very interesting. I definitely like it. Don't get me wrong. It's weird. It's different, and it's strange to throw a drum and bass beat 6 minutes into the song, but it's cool. I think it's cool. It's bold. All right. Thank you to all the patrons you see here supporting my yapping. Couldn't be here without them. Thanks to you for watching. My name is Jesse, and the Auditorium Video Game Music rules.